Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the first official video of my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be doing a tutorial of how to get all 47 spells in the game. The first few spells are going to be shown to maneuver around the map easier, and the last few spells are going to be after I've taught you other spells to make it easier. So if you're brand new to the game and watching this, just to let you know, this is kind of easy. You can do it, which is why I made this, but I'll just let you guys decide for yourself. So the first spell I'm going to teach you guys is Artemida right here. I have no idea if I pronounced that right. My mail is not here yet. And what this spell does is it basically launches you forward. And I forgot to mention that when you start with 11 spells. Now those 11 spells are right here. And that is Defendo, Elohimora, Stupefy, Protego, Wingardium Leviosa, Accio, Hacio, Lumos, Nox, Rectum Spectra, and Depulsio. Now, I'm not going to explain every one, because when you click the F and open up the spell menu and hover your mouse over it, it'll give you an example like Levi Corpus. It shows you the example. I will tell you what each spell does, as I get them. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to go get your mail, which I find the easiest, and following this path down to what some Harry Potter fans might recognize as Hagrid's hut. Now if you keep going down, there'll be a three-way. Down there is the dueling arena. Now be careful, for there are pixies on this path that tend to be annoying. If I can find one, they're usually hiding underneath the trees. I think I spotted one. Yeah, that's a pixie. You should be careful around them. I suggest camping here to boom. So what you're going to do is you're going to fly here to Hogsmeade. You're going to go into the Dragon's Wing, and you're going to get Depulsio, which is F4 forward, and you're going to hit this red rupture, which will reveal a staircase, revealing Artemida. Now, I will show every spell in action, like that. This is going to be a really long video. I spent 3 minutes and only one spell. And so, I'm sure as you will probably now want to test out the spell, you will need EXP, which is these things right here. Now, I've been playing for a long time, so I have lots of EXP. What I would suggest is if you click this right here, it'll bring up quests. And you can do those quests to get those points, or fly around and go through these hoops where I find brewing work really well. So the next spell I'm going to teach you guys is Expecto Patronum, which is in defense against the Dark Arts Tower. You use the blue powder network, which there's one chimney in every common room. So if you go to the defense against the Dark Arts Tower through Flue Powder, go up these stairs, usually this door would be closed and locked. When you walk in here, you get Expecto Patronum, which can only get rid of Dementors, which in this game are called ghouls. Now there's another spell in this, Elohimora on this wall. You will the spell with Defendo Electrica, which has a skill that runs like along here. I find it a little bit useful than Protego. Protego will reflect spells, will not follow you, and only stays open for a little while. So I find it good to be typing while using that spell, Protego Electrica. Now, the next spell I'm going to teach you guys is if you go through Flute Powder, click Transfer to Courtyard, you eventually will come here. There will be a spell here called Levy Corpus. Now, if you look for videos on spells immediately after you got into the game, I will say that this icon here, you'll only start with these two books. I'll show you these other books soon. And I'll start with this Wizard's Handbook. It'll show you how to use spells, how to get brooms, how to get spells, and other stuff. So, yeah. Now, when you're done with that, you have to. You can only do this at night. Is that if you go to the Astronomy Tower, this will actually work. There's going to be a lever here, and if you pull it, it will take this giant lens and move it, moving to another lens just down below. If you pull that one, it'll move this other lens and start opening this door right here. And if you get that, you will learn Lumos Maxima, which creates a giant ball of light that is temporary and cannot be turned off. There will be other video guides where I'll be showing you guys where potion ingredients are and secret passages like that. Now, I will be just showing you spells and only spells. Now, one thing you should know about this game is that many people will try to attack you. Not NPCs, random people. So, I find using Artificio, Hastio, even Expelliarmus useful to use to escape, as well as this spell to launch you up. Now, if you were watching my movements, you can rewind the video if you need to. I teleported to the Badger's Common Room, left, and went into this cave to the right-hand side. Now, what that will do is that will give you the spell Call Portus, which will let you lock doors. There's a spell like it called Alohomora, excuse me. That spell will unlock doors and open passageways, as Call Portus will only unlock doors. That was weird. Now, I'll be showing you guys danger spells like there's two in the Forbidden Forest later on once I've shown you adequate spells. If you use Flute Powder to get to the Clock Tower and jump down, you'll find a spell here, Rectum Spectra, which I'm not entirely sure if you start with or not. But if you also teleport to, well, that's a spell you already have. Getting all the spells up in line. If you, I'm trying to think of the nearest teleport point. If you teleport to the Transfiguration Courtyard using Flute Powder, yes, I know I'm having to teleport a lot, but it's one of the most efficient ways. It usually does not take so long. If you go to the Transfiguration Courtyard and come this way, you will be faced with a wall. There's a low wall on it, will open up. Now, if you keep walking this way, you will see that all the way over there. Usually not among monsters, but you guys should be careful with that. That spell that I just got, harder, is basically a landmine, which is explosive, and you can step on it. Now there's another spell in this area. Now again, the Whopping Willow here. And I would suggest waiting till herbology. I'll just show you guys. Get out. Teleport to breakfast. Also, FYI, Nox is used to turn off your light. If you teleport to the Transfiguration Courtyard, I've been talking non-stop, and walk this way, you will be faced with what looks like a classroom. Probably because it is a classroom. This is Transfiguration and Herbology. If you go into the Herbology classroom... Oh, there's a ghost. You don't see that very often. You keep going down and turn left, you will find this item. Now if you click spawn and use either Guardian Leviosa to manually pull it over there, then it will open up a book, and that spell will be Canderella. Now if my spells worked, and I could make something to reflect this. I just realized there's a wall there I can use instead. If I can use my spells, there we go. This spell, Glacius, will reflect spells and also physical fall. So I can type Canderella, we'll step on it, and it'll move down. And just like this, another way. There's an active that puts the hand, so bring any movable item towards you. So I find that a very useful way to use spells. Now, if you have followed along with me, I'm going to put one spell and another that would be the easiest and closest ones. So if you walk down here, there's a little statue with the spell. This spell right here is Bublo. Now this spell creates bubbles that create meh damage, but will knock you down. Now the Whomping Willow, many people find a very hard place to get through. If you follow my path, and hopefully this game doesn't update soon, so this video is still valid, is if you go this way, down to the Quidditch fields. You can do this on Broom, which is much faster. You'll see this little garden area. Now what that is, now, in the middle of this, which is not very hard to find, you will find the spell Immobulus. And this spell I have found very useful. It doesn't always work. And I forgot to mention, all the banging going on. I'm sorry, we're having solar panels installed, eco-friendly. Come over here to the willow, which I've mentioned many times. Not when you saw earlier, it will start moving and will one-hit KO you. If you go to the sign and pick up this book, it will say that there is a secret inside of it, and there's a spell used to tame it. Now, I would suggest doing this on Broom, but since I'm lazy right now, I'm just gonna walk. Did I hit it? So if you hit it with Immobulus, the tree will stop moving. I forgot to teach you guys a spell to do this. I now feel stupid. Why is there so many texts? I am mumbling very much. As the stuff of a normal YouTuber, or noob YouTuber. Sorry if I'm boring you guys can't skip ahead. I'm just trying to find a broom stand at the moment. I am almost completely lost. Here we go. You guys can't skip ahead. As you see, I'm probably putting captions in. I don't know how I'm editing this. But if you come over here to Herbology and exit, you'll see that there's a gate here. If you leave the gate, you'll see one of these. If you struggle, it'll create a bomb. Now if you ask somebody, or maybe this is already done, there will be a hole here for a spell called Confringo. Now that is a very useful spell. Just gonna freeze blue again. It should flash blue whenever you do it. But, well, there's another spell here. I'm so lost right now. If you come over here to the prison tower, and you use the Findo on the web, there will be a spell called Trumos. Now what that spell does is that will create a giant cloud of fog. Now, depending on how your computer is, it'll be very hard to see through. But once you freeze the willow, like so, and come to this side of the tree, there will usually be a piece of stone here, which you use Findo on, and then a follow-up of Defindo. Now if you come in and use this, hopefully if you did it the way I showed you, there should be nothing wrong. Now there will be 3 orbs that you can use. Can't see it. There will be 3 orbs. One will be over there, one will be over there, and one will be over there. Now I've made this mistake that I tried to put them on the orbs. But you have to put on this white pad that this guy is standing on. I can barely even see this orb, so it's much harder, but once you drop it in, successfully, like how I'm not doing, then it should go into the orb that corresponds to this color. If you come over here to this tunes, you could use Ucultio to get rid of the stuff on top, Accio, or Wingardium Leviosa to get rid of these. This blue orb will be in the middle lower one. Now, if you bring it over here, which I find a very fast way to do this, is to walk back to the altar and use Accio. This makes it much faster in my opinion, and once it's here you can just use Wingardium Leviosa to lift it up and onto the altar. Now over here, for new players, you might be completely terrified of this ring. I'm not too sure what it does, but it seems to not do anything so far in this update. So you can just bring it over, back to the altar, and try to remember the spell combo there. And that's quite a ways away. Oh, I made it. Now if you head back over here and put in the last one, I can make this. My spells aren't working. Why aren't they working? I'm trying to continuously talk as to not bore you guys, but it seems I am boring you guys. There we go. So if you just bring it over to here, drop it in, then this altar will open. If you drop in, there will be water. Now I'm warning you right now that you will not be able to get back out after this. I suggest you do the water better. And this portal up here does absolutely nothing in this update, so you'll have to wait until you can teleport to class with this button up here. Or just resetting your character. The spell that's here is called Rippin' Spectra. Now, if I can get a successful clone to appear, here we go. This spell will knock the target down and use knives to attack them. Now, it's not a very pleasant spell, but it still can be useful. Now, I'm just going to reset here to make things faster. And just to answer any questions you might have right now, no, there's no other way to get diamonds so far besides mail. And I know the prices on some of the robes and wands are absolutely outrageous. So if you grab a broom, I suggest from the Transfiguration Courtyard right here, and just fly straight up. Just straight up. What you see right now above me is actually the place we just were. Eventually, we'll see some floating islands, like so. If you doubt yourself about if you did it in the right place or not, don't worry, you will eventually see them. Now, if you come to the largest one here, you'll see there's a little room, and well, yeah, technically a room. And this rune is a bounce pad, which bounces players extremely high. Now, I'm just kind of going all over the place, spell, seeing what the easiest is. I guess I might as well go over to definition. But this next spell I'm going to teach you is from one of the more recent updates. And, I've shown many players. I've done this many times in-game to show players where games are. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into the Lion's Common Room. Okay. And you're going to come out this door over here, right by the staircase. Now if you just jump off, don't worry, you don't take fall damage. You'll come into the Lion's Courtyard. And if you come into here from to the right, from the spiral staircase, there'll be a staircase right here. Now, you can see the line right there. Just go more on it. You'll come into this room. There's a book right here called Jack's Fate. This gives you the clue to what the combination is for these items. Now, I didn't actually figure out the combination. I was just guessing until it worked. I will show you guys the combination right here. It is shield, torch, crossbow, and cup. Now once you've got the order and you'll click the sword, it will teleport you and get rid of your wand temporarily. You will not be able to use your wand. And no, this is not actually a way to get diamonds. I don't know why this isn't working. Usually when you'd walk in, this would be pushed back, and if you look behind you, there'd be a door. Like so. Now, for some reason, I have trouble using the doors. Now, if you walk in, you'll see a painting and a mirror. This somehow is an endless corridor, and I'm not sure how the developers did it, but if you look, there's nothing, and if you walk forward, another door will come. But if you keep walking, you see the painting gradually gets more and more completed, until it reveals the magic word Polka Dot. Now what you're going to do is, you could do this on the first mirror if you wanted to. Because you're going to stand right up against the mirror and type in Polka Dot right in front of the mirror. And if you do that successfully, then the mirror will start fading and you can jump through it. I'll show another word here. Not for right now, but keep note of it. You can pause the video, and take note of it if you want, but I'm going to keep going. I will not show what that is for now. Once you go through the next few doors, you'll come here, and once you get onto the last block, you will fall down into the same room. But as you notice, that wall is sealed, and you're smaller. What you can do is you can come through this door right here, and there's a spell book. Now, some people have had trouble grabbing this spell, but this spell is Gladio, which is the only spell, since you look at the description, is the only spell that can be used to defeat the Basilisk. Now, it's one swing sword, you can swing it 5 times before you have to equip it again. That room, you will see these green curtains, just ignore them, and if you come into here and turn right, you'll see you're in the hospital wing, and there's this spell here, Episcape. Now, if I can make it successful clone. Doesn't look like it. If I can make a successful clone, hopefully, and yes, spells do have recharge times, different ones have different recharges. I'm just gonna take that. So, if somebody's hurt they will be healed. Not fully, but just plus 15 heal. Now, I have healed many people and they thought I was attacking them. Now, if you hear that sound, that look for a wand, and that look for equipping, then you know that somebody's trying to heal you, and do not attack them. If other people are watching this that already have all the spells and trying to see if this is accurate, then I'm just gonna let you know, please know what Episky is, because I have no idea, don't know how many times. Now this spell right here, you already know it. I don't know why it's there if you already know it. But if you come here to the Grand Hall, there's a spell here called expelliarmus. Now that spell will disarm people. You should have quite a bit of spells at this point that you cannot use. Now many people have tried to use this spell. Now if you come over here and walk on out, you will come over to this place right here to the left hand side. You'll see this spell called Frolgertis. I don't know how to pronounce it. This spell is extremely useful because, as you might have already attacked people, you'll find that using Simplify is kind of hard to hit people with. If you're attacking random people, please don't. This, as you can see right here, is an RPG game. And if you need to defend yourself from a creature or you're dueling somebody, that would be a good time to use Frolgertis. I will show an example of this. We're not on as a powerful computer as mine, then maybe more difficult. Now, in the next few episodes, I will be showing you guys some more difficult spells to get. Now, if you come to the Serpent's Common Room, or if conveniently Potions is in action and you go in there, you'll come to here, which will make this spell Contactio. Now if you see for a short while, or if you want to do frame by frame, you'll see that makes a chain. Now if that hits somebody, then your health bars are kind of linked. So if you hit the other person, all the damage you do to them will also do to you. Same with healing. Now, you should be having an adequate amount of spells at this point to properly do some defense. But if you come here to the Transfiguration Courtyard, go through this door, across this hallway, through this door, and don't worry, there is a gorge here. If you just do a small drop down, come here, you'll see there's a kind of doorway. If you open that, that'll reveal the spell Insectum Helios, which, as I showed you here, is a giant healing pad. This is as efficient as it can be, but it will heal people quite a bit. Whoops. I'm just going to reset. Now, at this point, you should have all, of your, rooms, which there are only 3. Now, this next 2 spells I'm going to teach you are rather difficult to get, and since I cannot think of any spells at the moment, let's see, I've shown you all of these. That one's kind of dangerous to get. Oh, I can show you Vacus, Friendly Fang Fire, Glacia Maxima, and I guess I can show you the rest of the attack spells. Now, if you lend a helping hand like this, people will appreciate you, and tend not to attack you unless they're kind of... Now, if you Grand Hall into the courtyard and grab a broom and head this way, you will see there's a lighthouse over here. Now, if you have any items like a key or a potion, you cannot get out of this, so you'll have to reset or teleport to a class. Or if I've seen that before. Or if you're, I guess not. If I was about to say if you can use a broom, somebody will. I don't know why this is happening. What's going on? Nobody was there. So this will usually backfire if you're not on a broom. But in terms of lighthouses, if you're on a good quality, you'll see them. Red lights in the water, if not just fall off the black parts. And if you jump down, you'll see this area which is a work in progress. Now there's a spell book here, Fiend Fire. Now this one, be warned, if it's a small space, it will backfire and hurt you a lot. As such, this spell will create a flaming dragon that you can control by holding your mouse and moving it around the screen. The next spell I will teach you is a bit commonly used, and is Glacia Maxima. Now this spell will create a bunch of ice shards like that you can steer, which will dragdoll people for a short while and kind of launch them into the air. But if you get onto a broom, suggestively the one by the Grand Hall, and come over here, you will see this dueling arena. Usually it will not have a dome, but some people did a glitch where they went in and teleported out. Now if you come onto this side and fall off the water, you'll see there's a cracked wall there. So I showed you earlier, Confringo does destroy cracked walls like that, like the one by the willow. Now if you swim up, you will come into this ice cavern. If you come up here to the top, you'll see there is a cracked ice statue if I can get up here. And if you use the spell Confringo, you may get hit from the backfire. But that's okay, as long as you open it up and get back to 10 before it respawns like that, you will learn the spell Glacia Maxima. I'm going to teleport the potions. And trying to think of the next spell. If you go to the Groundskeeper hut, like I mentioned for the first spell, you will notice that there is a forest. Now, the spell I taught you earlier is one of the best spells you should use. You can fly if you want to. I will show you flying, or the path you should take if you're walking. Now, like that right there, I suggest using myself. That is the Dementor. It will take you off the second persona should be taken out rather fast if you're on the outlook. When it comes to the forest, go straight forward, you'll see a lake. Middle of this lake, you will find the spell Gemino, which is the spell I was using to create alone. Sometimes it might do this where it stands properly, or it might be put into the ground. Both are annoying. Now, if you're walking, you will then go this way, and you will see a lake. Now if you go too far deep into this lake, you will fall. For the water is not very thick. If you tried very hard, you might be able to go through, what I'd suggest using is using Artemio to launch yourself across the gap, and you will learn Aqua Caricium. Now that spell, if you have watched the movie, can be seen at the end of the 5th movie. If I can get a successful clone, there we go. Now this spell will encase somebody in a bubble of water, and if you're walking around and see one of those bubbles of water, that means that you died while it was moving, so just stay there. So the quick way to get rid of them is just using Pulsio. Now the next spell, I think this spell. Let's see, you have learned Superfy, the entire first page, and almost the entire second page. You should just be missing these 2 spells. Now what you're going to do is you're going to use the flu powder to get into the teacher's lounge. Do not worry. Say, I know I haven't changed my YouTube channel name yet, but say Link Lovegood or Sasuke Plays, which is what the future name of my YouTube channel will be, to the teacher's lounge, and if you go over here to these stairs and you head up them, turn off your one, you'll come out here to this little patio. If you come up this ladder and use Alohomora on this wall right here, it will reveal a secret room in which will hold Bacchus. Now, what that spell is, it creates a black hole and will pull anyone close to it. You cannot really use Artemio, so it's kind of annoying. Doesn't last that long. And now, if I can just remember what the spells are I'm teaching you, if you go to the entrance hall, and it's all real time, I think. I haven't edited this yet, obviously, but I might edit some words in. I'm not sure how to edit clips out halfway through. This is all real time besides, so if you come to the entrance hall, I find that doing this live, will not do it live, can help you find your way around. If you come to the entrance hall, down this path, you'll see that Transfiguration is over there and Herbology is over here. If you play long enough, you can remember the map, but if you come to this intersection over here, and come to the side with the blue light, you can actually see there's a spell up there. If you use Ascendio, which does it rather good, you will learn Luminous. Sends this chaotic orb, which is supposed to send many more lasers in random directions and can possibly hit you. I would not suggest that spell. It has a high knockback, apparently. But that should be all of these spells on your defense page. Now for all the spells, not the defense, on the attack page. Now for all the spells on the defense page. Now you should already know Expelliarmus, Episci. I'm trying to remember where Glacius is. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I found that spell. But Ventus, actually, is just in the same area. So you should know all the spells on this page except for 2. Now if you come over here, right by Transfiguration Classroom, you'll see this painting right here of this girl holding some flowers. Use Alohomora on it and reveal a secret room. What this room is exactly, I don't know, but you will find this spell called Ventus. Now, this spell will create a tornado. It will not pull you, but it will pull people at a distance-ish from you. Occasionally that will happen when you're finding the most maximized. I'm trying to remember where Glacier is while I show you other spells. In the next few videos I will show you one of the defense spells. I've shown you Expecto Patronum. This one I will show next. I've shown that one, and that one. This one, Expunjo, I just realized, that it's much easier to get on through. If you go to the clock tower, which is over here, I believe. Clock tower. Oh yeah, if you find that the golden snitch flying around, be sure to grab it. It will give you a key, the Old Headmaster key, which is used for other spells. Now, the clock tower, which is over here by the owl room, if you teleport to it, and you drop down to this wooden bridge, halfway there's this gap up here, and if you go up, you'll find Expunjo, which gets rid of rooms, as I will demonstrate here. It does have a very large recharge time. It doesn't work all the time, so it's not a good spell, and will probably be upgraded in future updates. Now, if you've got the key, brilliant. So, come over here to the library. I would suggest using Flea Powder. Oh, see, this is what I was talking about earlier. You just use Pulsio, should go right immediately. Come over to the library, I would suggest using Flea Powder. But if you come over here across from there, you'll find the dueling room. Now, this room is one of the places you should be dueling, and in it you'll find the spell Curriculum. It does not do damage, even though it may seem like it. It does small little fireworks which you can use as flares. I don't think there'd be flares, but still flares. Now, if you come over here, you'll see this giant statue and this door. Oh no, you're trapped. If you grab this book, it'll give you introductions, and if you use the key on the door, I would suggest standing back, for the statue will come and kick it down. Now, if you pick up this book, it'll give you Talking Book, a warning. It'll talk about the Old Headmaster and how you can get the key. And once you walk in, there will be another book called A Warning. And will tell you that there are Monster Book of Monsters in this library. Why can't I use spells? They'll tell you that there are Monster Book of Monsters in here, which there are. There are also two powerful spells. Now, one of the Monster Book of Monsters should be found in here. Not found in here, but if you come in here, you'll find a spell with Shimmerum on its side. Now, that spell, I find will create a wall of earth, which will not let spells through it. And you may find these annoying. If you just use the Pulsio, it should take care of them almost immediately. And with these web shears, you should be able to use Nintendo. Sorry, those are my dogs. Just go here, come to this ledge up here immediately. There are many Monster Book of Monsters. Oh, there's one coming at you now. On the lower level. You may find one there, but there's this empty bookshelf here, and I would suggest using Accio. There'll be a spell called Jellyman. I tell you now, use this spell only in extreme conditions, because it'll send them to, this may have been used on you before already, to what some people call the Nightmare Place. It's not pleasant, very, very easy to die from it, and, it's very hard to escape. Now, if I do this, can get rid of this. I'm not using that anymore. The download will start shortly. Oh. Thank you. Bear with me. Okay. So, trying to think of another spell on mind. Yes. Important. Not sure. This depends on you want to report, am I right? So that will teach you 2 spells, and like I said before, only use legitimens in extreme situations, because if you're one of the people planning to use it to randomly attack others, I must say, please don't, because it is very annoying. So, the other spells which we're missing were Glacius, which I always forget is at the top of the Owlry Tower, as you can see here. The other spell I forgot to mention is Confundo, which is Dungeons. Now, Dungeons, you can go to the Surface Common Room, or if you go to the entrance hall, just across from the fireplace, is the door to the dungeons. Now, it can be a bit of a maze, but it can be easy to figure out. Many of you will say, oh, why don't you use the old headmaster key for this? I have looked and there's nothing down there. It is coming in one of the next updates. Down here is the room. Many of you will wonder what that is. Also coming in the next updates. I don't know but if you head up the stairs and look to your left, you'll see there's a thing that if you open it up, which I can never do successfully on my first time, for some reason, fire, you'll find the other spell, Confundo. Now, as far as I am concerned, that is all of these spells. There are spells that haven't come out yet, like this one right next to Curriculum. But in this video, the main topic will be the glitch to get the 2 unaccessible spells. It is the same glitch. Now what you want to do is you want to get the old headmaster key, and I taught you how to get it in the last video. You'll also want to get a auto clicker. The first thing that comes up should be the one you do. Now if you click download, it should pop up about here. Well, first you have to click that. And you want to set this to 3 milliseconds or else it will not work. Now if you go back in, jump down off the clock tower. If you click F6, it will turn it on and off, and it's sure it is working. Now, if you put on the old headmaster key, you have to be on for at least 40 minutes for this to work. You should just be able to walk straight through any wall if you do this properly. You cannot jump. Now, if you just walk through, you'll see this gray thing, and it will show you the spell Arresto Momentum. There is no other way to get it and if you stop doing it, you will just glitch up to here like so. In the future, if you are not on computer and have no access to a computer, don't worry, it should be coming out in one of the next updates. The original location of it and where it technically is now, but is still not accessible, is right here. You used to be able to use Alohomora on the floor and used to be able to get it. Now, what the other spell is, well, I guess I still have to show you the spell. It's Arrest Momentum. It'll slow down time. It can easily be counteracted by Artemido. But the other spell that is no longer accessible in this update of Row Wizards is Homonium Revelio, I think is how you pronounce it. You need the same glitch to teleport to the Transfiguration Courtyard. I find it's the fastest way to get to it. Go here, not to go fast, if you go slow. Is if you come over here, there's a room right here that is not accessible. Now, if you use the glitch, you can walk right through the window to a room that used to be accessible. Now, if you use Alohomora on this painting right here, it will reveal the final spell, Homonium Revelio, which I find incredibly useful to reveal the location of all people in. It does not show you the name of them, it only shows you the location. It also does not show you the depth, it only shows you the location. So if I wanted to find somebody, I would have to fly around for a bit. See them, but you have to follow the dot, and it doesn't show depth. So, I know this video is a lot shorter than my other one, but thank you guys so much for watching. Yes, I recorded this one almost immediately after the last, and I've come to decide that this is not going to be a gaming channel only. I'll be doing many other things, not just with videos, so please don't be a hater, and I'll see you next time.